Good morning. The 36th District Court in the state of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, no wearing of any hair garments unless it's for religious purposes only, no chewing of any gum or reading of any material, and you must be properly dressed when a judge asks you to turn on your cameras. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Bowers. You're the only person in our Zoom right now.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now calling the People versus Tiffany Lachey Bowers, ticket number P1428835, count 1, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your name for the record.
Tiffany Lachey Bowers.
And Ms. Bowers, for the purposes of this dismissal, do you waive your right to counsel?
Yes.
All right. Today is the date and time, and you know what? Today is the date and time set for trial, Ms. Bowers. However, after speaking to House Counsel, he's indicated that he's verified that you do in fact have a valid registration for your vehicle and car insurance. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. You are free to go. Just keep in mind that you have to have those things in the vehicle with you at all times.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too. I'm sorry.
You can go ahead. You can leave the meeting.
Have a great one.
Mr. Brown is like dismissal. His officer showed up.
Yes. Mr. Brown, did you show the attorney your insurance? Unmute for us, please.
My attorney told me that they was dismissing my case and for me to come back here and waive my
Okay.
Waive your right to counsel.
yeah.
All right. And is it because you had valid documentation, sir? You showed him your registration and proof of insurance?
No, I ain't show it.
What did you show?
I ain't show anything. That's what he just told me.
Did you tell him that you had, what is he on the document?
Do you have insurance?
No, I was about to just pay it.
Okay, so we're not dismissing your case. Stay right there, sir.
All right.
No, we're not dismissing this case.
No, I don't know what he's doing. Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
were you told that your case is going to be dismissed
They told me to come back here. Yes.
for a dismissal?
I don't know. I got 7 tickets. I don't know. They said I don't
You
know.
have 7 tickets?
No, it's
Yeah.
not getting dismissed. Well, sir, you're gonna have to turn your camera. We're gonna have to turn your camera once we ask you to turn on your cameras, okay?
When we call your case, you need to be, dressed appropriately and turn your camera on, but you can leave it off for
okay.
now.
All right. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. All right.
Thank you, sir. And you're fine until we actually call your case. You can turn it off until we call your case.
Okay.
But just making sure that you're appropriate when we do call your
There we
case.
go.
Mr. Ferry,
Yes,
you sent Mr. Matthew Brown in here for dismissal, but he doesn't have documentation.
Your Honor, if I may, and I apologize. I spoke with the city attorney, and this was the city attorney's recommendation after speaking to the officer. I'm assuming that I didn't really get an explanation, but I'm assuming the city attorney either spoke with the officer or had observed valid documentation. But as an officer of the court, this is what the city attorney related to me, Your Honor.
Mr. Jesse, you do realize you're in court, sir. Please you can't be eating, sir.
Or turn your camera off until we're ready to call your case. Okay, but as an officer of the court, I would expect for you to know why we're dismissing Mr. Ferry.
Well, I apologize, Your Honor. I didn't quite get that step, and I apologize. We can recall the matter. I'll speak with the city.
No, I'll do it, sir. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, because this is an unregistered, untitled vehicle, no insurance and no ops, where an officer actually checked in. And he has several others.
No, not him. No, we talking Matthew Brown. He only has one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Bolar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So give me a moment to find out what the purpose or the reason for the dismissal is. But are we ready to proceed on all the other matters that are on screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
So who was the no recall? Kevin Bolar only on one ticket? No recall was only on one ticket for Kevin?
Right, just one ticket.
Okay. All right. Now calling the people versus Kevin Deshaun Bolar, ticket number SP 127-614-631, count of no operator's license. Ticket number SP 1430467, count 1 unregistered untitled vehicle, count 2 no insurance misdemeanor, count 3 no operator's license. Ticket number SP 1431204, count 1 unregistered untitled vehicle, count 2 no insurance misdemeanor, count 3 no operator's license. Please state your appearance for the record.
Kevin
Good morning,
Bowler.
Your Honor. Gerald Ferry, House Counsel P 44630 on behalf of Kevin Bolar. Mr. Bolar, please unmute, state your name.
Kevin Bowler.
If I may, Your Honor, Mr. Bolar at this time is prepared to waive his rights. He's going to be entering a plea as to the 2 no insurance matters that are to be amended to improper plate. The understanding is that the other remaining matters will be dismissed.
Okay, give me just a second, because I think that there's 2 in status, but just a moment.
Judge Yancey's courtroom, sir.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even do that. I promise you I didn't. All right, let me log in, see if it's popped up on my screen. Let me retype these numbers.
You don't have anything in warrant status. I think all his
No,
matters are
mine-
up to that.
Okay, so these are in hot pinks for.
Yeah, all the matters should be up to that.
Okay, and then Mr. Ferry, I apologize. Will you tell me what the offer is again? This 133 ticket isn't up to date.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, my client will be pleading as to the 2 no insurance matters. The city is amending those down to improper plate. And my client will be pleading to 2 improper plates with the remaining matters being dismissed.
That's it. Why we dismiss them?
And the rest are,
Dismissed, Your Honor.
All the same.
one moment.
You gonna do?
Okay, my apologies. Mr. Bowler, are you, Mr.
I'm
Bowler?
right here.
Oh, you had an opportunity to talk, Mr. Bowler, you're now in court, so whatever else you got going on, you may want to put that on pause, sir.
Oh,
You
no,
had
I'm
an
right here.
opportunity to talk to Attorney Fury in the breakout room. Did he advise you of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Turning your attention to February 7th, 2023. Were you driving a 2021 Black Ford?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you in the area of Joy Road and Faust in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
When asked to produce valid car insurance, were you able to do so?
No, ma'am.
And was the vehicle actually insured on that day, sir?
No, ma'am.
And when asked to produce a valid registration, were you able to do so?
No, ma'am.
Was the vehicle actually registered on that day?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stipulate the probable cause on the dismissals?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the court is also satisfied and will enter guilty pleas on behalf of Mr. Bolar for the amended charges of improper plate, count 1, and the amended charge of improper plate for count 2 on ticket number ending in 1204. Count 3 will be dismissed, as well as all other counts or all other matters in this on the docket today will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Bolar, are you working currently?
No.
You're not currently working?
No, ma'am.
So are you able to do or would you be willing, or would you want to do community service in lieu of the $400 in fees and fines that I'm going to assess?
I could set up a payment plan. If that's possible.
Is
And
that
pay it off like
realistic
that.
though? I mean, because and I'm not counting your money or your income, but is that realistic for you to be able to pay $400 within the next? You know what? I'm not even sure what type of payment plan that they will give you, but is it realistic if you have no income or no job that you're going to be able to pay $400 versus doing 40 hours of community service?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's $200 per ticket for a total of $400. You have until July 6th to enter into a payment agreement. You have to come down to the court to do so. If you have not entered into a payment agreement by July 6th, you do need to appear back here on this same Zoom at 8:30 that morning.
July 6th.
July 6th. As long as you've entered into the payment agreement, you don't have to show up in court.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're free to go.
All right.
All right. Now Bolar. Now Brown. I'm not literally mixing them up in my head with their names. All right, Mr. Bolar, are you ready? No, Mr. Brown, you ready? I already did, Mr. Bolar.
Yes.
Now calling the people versus Matthew Solomon Brown, ticket number P1319120, count 1, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your opinions for the record.
Gerald Perry, House Counsel, on behalf of Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, please state your name.
Matthew Brown.
If I may, Your Honor, this is a matter that you wanted to inquire with the city attorney why they were dismissing.
I've had an opportunity to do so, and it's just in the interest of justice, based on the amount of civil infractions that Mr. Brown has.
I have not, I'm
the
sorry.
People are moving to dismiss, and the court will adopt the people's recommendation to dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Mr. Brown, you're free to go. Thank you.
Mr. Brown, pay your civil infractions though. It's not just a get out of jail free card for nothing. Make sure you catch up on those civil infractions you have that are outstanding, sir.
Okay, what is the civil infractions?
One moment.
Speeding, no receipt of registration.
Speeding and what?
No receipt of registration.
It was a speeding and no receiving or no receipt of registration, but you can contact the court to find out how much you owe. You can come down in person and get a printout, or you can go online and put in your name and your driver's license number. You should be able to find it there as well.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're
No,
welcome.
you
Have
owe
a good-
$1,939, sir.
That's
Did
how
you hear
much I
that?
got. That's how much I gotta pay?
That's how much you owe.
You said 1,000?
$1,939.
Wow,
That's the reason that the city attorney so graciously dismissed your other charges, because that would have been an additional $220 added on to that. Hold on one second.
That wasn't you.
That's not you. Hold on.
Sorry.
ooh, that was a lot.
It's 560. No, you owe 566. $566. You got a block-in traffic ticket for 210. You have a 11 to 15 over for 180 and no registration for 126.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I can leave now?
You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, just briefly, I'm sorry for interrupting. Is the city attorney in the courtroom now?
Yeah, he is.
Could I just mention, Mr. Goss, as far as the trial on Portia Berman, she does not want the offer. I thought I'd let you know before you let the officer go. She wants to go to trial.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
And this is the trial that's set for today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Fidelis here.
Okay, I'm getting ready to call this next one, and then you can go back into the breakout room, sorry. Log in. Log in. Okay. So I'm ready the next time. All right, now calling. Jesse Brandon. Mr. Brandon, you can turn your camera on now. Mr. Brandon, did you hear me? I don't have a file for him. Why is this one scribbled out? Is his name really correctly down? Yeah.
Say it again,
Why is that one scribbled out?
because that's not his name.
Oh. All right, I don't have one for Brandon. Oh. You have anything?
I'm trying to take it out.
Now calling the people versus Jesse Brandon, ticket number SP 127-6591. Count 1, improper plates. Count 2, unregistered untitled vehicle. count 3, no insurance misdemeanor, ticket number SP 1305420, count 1, unregistered untitled vehicle, count 2, improper plates. Please state your name, your appearance for the record, attorney.
Gerald Ferry, House Counsel, on behalf of Jesse Brandon. Mr. Brandon, please unmute. State your name, please. You need to unmute, please, sir.
Jesse Brandon.
Thank you. If I may, Your Honor, Mr. Brandon's here for an arraignment on the bench warrant. I'd waive the formal reading, ask that any warrant be set aside.
Court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brandon.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Brandon's prepared to waive his rights. He's going to be entering a pleas of guilty to two tickets of improper plates. My understanding, the remaining 3 will be dismissed.
Okay. You don't want to just give me the 911 and 202?
I was gonna give you the 912, 913.
Okay. It's all one ticket.
So,
Okay.
there,
Okay, Mr. Brandon, you had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Theory in the breakout room. Did he advise you of your rights, sir?
Yes.
Stand your rights?
Yes.
Mr. Brandon, can you hear us okay?
For the most part,
Okay,
I'm
because you
trying
keep,
to prevent my phone from passing away on me.
you're trying to do what?
Prevent my phone from dying on me. Sorry.
Okay. All right, well, let me hurry up. Did you understood your rights, Mr. Brandon?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for a guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand, but I need to see you raise your right hand, sir. Your right hand, yep. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
Okay, put your hand down, turning your attention to November 10th, 2021. Were you driving a 2001 Oldsmobile?
Yes.
Were you in the area of West Davison and Dexter in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Did.
And when asked for valid car insurance certificate, did you provide one?
I did not.
Was the car actually insured on that day?
No, it was not.
And when asked, or actually was the car, I apologize, the plate on the vehicle, was it a valid plate on that date?
No, it was not.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stipulate the probable cause on the dismissals?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for improper plates on ticket number ending in 6591, count 1. We will also enter a guilty plea for the amended charge of improper plates on the same ticket for count 3, dismissing count 2 and dismissing all other matters in this case without prejudice. Mr. Brandon, are you working?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the fines and fees in this matter is gonna be $200 each for a total of $400. Are you able to pay that within the next 14 days or do you need 30 days?
30 days will be perfect. It'll be done.
Okay, July 24th is due by July 24th. If you have any problems paying it in full by July 24th, you do need to come back onto this same Zoom on that date, on that morning at 8:30.
Okay.
You're free to go unless you have any questions.
Now, that's how I found out that I was like kind of summoned to court. Well, that's how I got kind of summoned to court because I went to go pay off that ticket. Is that like, would that be deducted out of my fees? Because I think I paid $258.
Assuming you have no other fees, give me one moment.
Or 200, I want to say $280 I had paid.
who did you pay that to? 36 District Court?
Yes.
It was for a bond?
Nope, it was just for one of the charges that was brought upon me.
I'm not for sure about it. I know what you're referring to.
Hold on one moment, please. I'm about to go. I'm gonna try to get my paperwork.
Because you didn't post a bond, so I don't know if you paid a ticket. So nothing will be deducted. So I don't know what you paid the $252 for. Unless you posted a bond for a speeding ticket. Let me see something. No, I don't see what you paid $252 on. Hello,
You don't see it?
Mr. Ferry, you're free to go talk to some more people.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't see his?
Okay, so I had paid $288. Oh, that's the no proof of insurance. Okay.
Right.
I'm
You just
sorry.
paid the ticket. You just paid
Wait,
the ticket to
there's
get your
no proof of
license. That's all you did.
Oh, no,
Okay.
the register was your, oh, that was a civil infraction, sir. So you
Okay.
also had a no, so so your no proof of insurance is a civil infraction that you have to pay? Or you didn't come to court in time, so it probably went into default and you had to pay
Right.
that? And then today, we just reduced a no insurance misdemeanor to an improper plate.
Okay, I get it. I understand now. Thank you so much for your time and
Okay.
patience. Yes.
And when did you pay that, Mr. Brandon? Mr. Brandon,
It was June 8th.
you paid it June 8th?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I can do? How much did you pay?
$288.
$300?
I don't know if it was $300. I thought it was $288.
288 is
She did give me $12 back.
I'm rounding. I'm just rounding up to the nearest dollar. If y'all okay with that? Okay. I am going to waive one of your $200 fees,
Thank you.
and then you can just pay the $200 for the one improper plate.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Because you still owe another ticket too, by the way, for 16 and 20 over. You owe $252 for that ticket.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, so you'll just pay the $200, but you still have the date of July 24th that it needs to be paid by. If you don't pay the $200 by July 24th, I don't know that I'm gonna be super lenient, since I'm being super lenient today, but you do need to log back into this courtroom on that morning at 8:30 if it's not
It will
paid.
be, you can consider that done, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor. Thank you.
You have a good day.
Very thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good one. He left the courtroom.
Oh,
You're welcome.
he was trying to thank the attorney.
Mhm.
Oh, he was talking to somebody else. I couldn't tell because he's kind of mumbling on that. All right. Oh, you already did this. I'm sorry. Matthew. I was getting ready to use it.
He told me to come back, waive my rights. They said the city is dismissing the ticket.
Okay, what reason?
I have documentation to prove that I have what they were looking for or I needed.
And did you show documentation to the attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Barry, you're free to go back into a breakout room.
Okay, yes, I was trying to do that, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's her name?
Michael Blanks. Michael Blanks.
Michael Blanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Definitely do.
Ma'am, can you start your camera for us, please?
Does Michael have two things?
That started,
Yes, please.
okay.
It's just the two back, I mean, just the two. things. Except two marriages are unregistered, untitled, and uninsured. Oh. What was I just looking at? Operator's licenses up under hers. Okay, sorry about that.
I did the same thing.
Okay, good. Now calling the people versus Michael Nicole Blanks, ticket number P1419, no, scratch that. Ticket number P141530, count one, driving unregistered, untitled vehicle, count two, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Michael Blanks.
And for the purposes of a dismissal, do you waive your right to counsel?
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Blanks, today was the date and time set for a pretrial. It's my understanding that the House Counsel or an officer of this court has verified that you do in fact have a registration for your vehicle and car insurance. Therefore,
Yes.
these matters will be dismissed without prejudice. You need to just make sure that you're keeping these documents updated, up to date, and in the vehicle with you at all times.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're free to go.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I can't believe how I'm going through withdrawal.
Were you told to come out the breakout room, Mr. Bennett?
Mr. Bennett, unmute. Oh. Is he joined the audio?
Yes, ma'am. He told me to come out the breakout room.
Okay. Just hold tight, okay?
Did he tell you what to expect?
He said something about a fine, and I think he said like 3 months, with no ticket to go off my record.
All right. Okay, just hold tight. It'll go, oh, delays, and okay, all right. So this isn't allowed, unlicensed drivers, right? Oh. Mr. Bennett, we're on YouTube, live on YouTube.
But she late because her officer here.
Good morning, Ms. Brown.
Like they be just trying to throw shit on you. You're gonna have to go. I'm
Mr. Bennett, we're just waiting on your attorney to come out the breakout room, okay?
You're welcome. Have a good day.
So just be
I
patient.
appreciate your patience this morning.
Mr. Burt, were you told to come into the main session, sir?
If my memory serves me correctly, was this
I actually,
trial?
I actually got kicked out. I was trying to go back into the break room.
Well, this is my very first.
What you mean trying to go back into the break room? Why did you leave the breakout room?
I could very well have.
No, my phone, it did some weird. It kicked me out. So I had to join back in the meeting.
Okay.
Well, while you're here, sir, did you make your payment for one of these tickets that you owe money for?
No, I wasn't able to make the payment. But I was here for a pre-trial on the driving on license suspended.
Right, and one ticket that you owe $335 on.
Okay, after talking to the city attorney.
He just explained that to me.
The agreement is a 9 month.
I now wasn't able to make a payment on that right now.
Is this something I ordered?
No, he pled to this case back in 2018.
You haven't been able to make a payment since 2018, Mr. Bird?
I'm just now knowing about this, but I didn't know about this till the last time I went to court.
What is this? Which this is, are we referring to? The one that you're gonna be in front of me on today, or the one that you have an outstanding balance on?
Yeah, the one with the $300 balance. I didn't know about that until the last time I went to court. I went to court probably last month. They didn't tell me about that till then. I know I owed tickets, and I was trying to pay all my tickets. I was trying to pay all my tickets off for sure, but right now it's just been hard. I moved back in with my mom. I'm looking for another job and everything.
So you're not currently working, Mr. Bird?
No, at the moment I'm not currently working right now.
Mr. Bird, I share this with a lot of people, especially the ones in my family. There's a program at Open Community College that will allow you to get a robotic technician certificate, where you can be a robotics tech making up to $40 an hour. I would strongly advise you to look into the program. You do have to have transportation though to get there.
Yeah, I got transportation.
Well, you can't drive, probably not if you are on my docket.
Yeah, I'm knowing that. I'm knowing.
All right. Well, just look into it. At least Google it and see what if it's something that interests you. I just know that the young men in my family are doing phenomenally well.
Okay. I can't hear. Hello?
I'm not talking to you, Mr. Bird.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Turn your camera on, sir.
How many on the dock today? Just the two?
Just the two.
Wait, that, both of them driver's license suspension?
Judge Yancey's courtroom, please hold.
Anybody who's still suspended?
Let me check. Yeah, of course they. Look, I'm like, of course they. Let's see. Man, listen.
Mr. Bird, I want you to be prepared for me to call your case momentarily, so you're gonna have to stop moving about.
Okay.
How can I help you? Hey, who was it again? Who was it? Hold on, I can look too. I'm just, no, he doesn't, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bird, this is what we're going to, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
What does it say? Oh, it's my computer that keeps saying connect to audio.
Yeah.
Why does it do that? Anywho, what we're gonna do, because you have approximately $2,000 in fines and fees right now. And so the case that you're in front of me on today, I'm willing to dismiss both counts. Actually, it's two different tickets, I
You
believe.
want to dismiss one?
I can only dismiss one.
Because he already, that other one already was adjudicated.
Oh, you're here just to get an extension on one, and then the other one is a new one. So you have to stop getting new ones. Like the only way for you to be able to catch up with this domino effect or this cycle. And I know that you are probably all too familiar with the fact that I try to limit my son's contact with police as much as I can. And I know your mother wants you to limit your contact with police as much as you can. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you have a valid driver's license, okay? And if you don't have a driver's license, don't continue to drive because you're just going to continue to rack up more and more costs.
Right.
So Attorney Goss just jumped in, and I'll just run it by him. Attorney Goss, this is a driver's license suspension that I was getting ready to do for Mr. Burr. He has about $2,000 in civil infractions, so we were going to dismiss the driver's license and extend the other ticket that he's in front of me on today was just for an extension to pay.
Mr. Bird, that's, if I'm not mistaken, that was a state matter.
That's correct.
So, but I believe you can do it under the memorandum of understanding. You have the authority, Your Honor, to do what you said.
Before I continue with Mr. Burr, Mr. Ferry, are you done with everyone in the breakout room?
I believe I am, Your Honor. I was going to mention, as Mr. Goss said, I may need to speak to the state prosecutor as to a second matter, not to Mr. Bird. But I should be finished with everyone.
You have a total of 3 people that's still in the breakout room.
Well, I have one that's set for trial. Let me double check, Judge.
It's one who wants to proceed with their trial.
And it's another one who's sitting in there for trial too, though.
But it's
I don't know if they go into trial, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll check, Judge. Let me go back and double check.
Okay. And Mr. Burr, for the purposes of a dismissal, are you willing to waive your rights to counsel?
Yes.
All right. Now calling the people versus Melvin Earl Burr, ticket number SX262. I'm sorry. SX263. 50953, one count of driver's license suspended. Ticket number SP 5501831, one count of driver's license suspended. Please state your name for the record.
Melvin Bird. You hear me? Melvin Bird.
Oh. Mr. Ferry, shouldn't you be in a breakout room?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I'm just kind of double checking it and who's in there, Your Honor. I am taking care of it.
Room 4, you have room 4, room 6, and room 20.
And I need to remind you that I have to be done with the morning docket by 12:30. for
Understood, Judge.
purposes of the union rules for my staff.
I understand, Your Honor.
Thank you. I am sorry to interrupt while on the record for Mr. Byrd. Mr. Byrd, will you state your name for the record?
Melvin Bird.
We're gonna need you.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna need you.
Today is the date and time set for a pretrial and also for a review on your second ticket. The court has had an opportunity to review your outstanding balances of civil infractions and will dismiss your current charge of driver's license suspended today in the interest of justice, to give you an opportunity to pay over $2,000 in the civil infractions that you do have, not to add on to more fines and fees that you will have to pay in order to hopefully one day become a responsible licensed driver again. And as it relates to the extension, I will grant an extension for your driver's license suspension ticket that you, I believe, were in front of me on previously. And I can extend that. You said you're not working, right?
No, I'm not working. I'm looking. I'm actually looking, but I'm not working right now.
So did I ask you at that time if you wanted to do community service in lieu of? Don't let her. Did I ask you if you wanted to do community service in lieu of those fines and fees at that time?
No, you never asked me, but I will take it in consideration, yes.
Not into consideration. Either you want to do it or you don't.
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, I do it.
What was his fines and fees that I assessed for that?
Well, you didn't assess these.
I didn't do it?
No, you didn't.
For 1833? So these are almost a year old?
They're more than a year old. You played on them in 2018.
Well, how is he still coming before me for a payment plan?
Because
for an extension.
We gave him.
Wait a minute, Mr. Byrd.
Okay.
Mr. Byrd, did you serve any time in jail?
I did, but it was like it wasn't nothing like that. It was I had got locked up.
For how long?
I sat in there for like it wasn't nothing, for like 72 hours or something like that.
Oh.
But it was for a whole nother case that I got pending that they never said nothing about. They had caught me with my gun. I was carrying it wrong, but it just pending on my case and they never said nothing about it. And that's why I got fired from my job, because I had a pending gun charge on my stuff, and it's over a year ago, and they still haven't gave me a court date for it. Every time I call down there and try to figure out what's going on, they never say nothing else about it.
Okay, one second. I'm trying to figure out the best way to help you. But you absolutely better take advantage of the grace that we're trying to give to you today.
Man, thank you. Please, I greatly appreciate it.
Okay, so there's two outstanding misdemeanors that you had to pay. One that was on the docket today, one that's not on the docket as of right now. One was $335, the other was $342. So in lieu of paying the $674, you can do 65 hours of community service.
Okay.
And I will give you, I'm actually gonna be, because you do need to be looking for work as well, I'm gonna give you 90 days to complete the community service. But as long as you're, like, if you're, I think the community service will also be a bridge way possibly for you to find a job as well. So make sure that the probation officer who contacts you knows that you are looking for work. And don't forget about the program, to look into the program that I told you about at OCC as well. So that's 65 hours of community service in lieu of the $674 that is outstanding. And we dismissed the matter for today without prejudice.
Okay.
And you still have civil infractions. That doesn't mean you don't still have the civil infractions. I can't give you community service for civil infractions. You have to pay those statutorily.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
No, thank you. Thank
I
you.
need you to check. I need you to send a chat to my clerk. She's going to chat you. You're going to respond to her chat with your phone number. You have until September 22nd to bring back proof that you've completed the 65 hours of community service, but send your phone number so that the Department of Probation can contact you to set that up.
Okay.
All right, and you're free to go once you send your phone number.
All right, thanks.
Mr. Ferry, did I just see you come on?
No, he's gone. He's in that talking to us.
Oh, that's who she was here for.
Send me your phone number, Mr. Bird. I just sent you the chat. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. You too.
Just waiting for your attorneys to get back, everyone, before we get started. So he brought everybody up. You have your hand raised. How can we help you, ma'am? How can we help you, ma'am? You have your hand raised. Ms. Beaver? LaSonia, is it LaSonia? Okay, maybe you. Miss Beaverland, Miss Beaver, I'm sorry, you had your hand raised. Did you need something? LaSonia?
Okay, Mr. Ferry, what's the step? Wait, Mr. Ferry, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Are we ready?
I believe so. We're ready for everyone except for the trial. But everybody else we should be able to take care of.
All right.
Okay. Hi, Ms. Cole, how are you?
I know Mr. Bennett, August.
Did you need me anymore? Excuse me for interrupting.
I don't.
Oh,
Mr. Ferry, are you completely satisfied or done with the cases that needs a state prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor, we resolved Mr. Bird just now. In the other matter, he requested a trial date or a pretrial, another second pretrial date. So I gave him.
Second pretrial.
Pardon?
Who requested a second pretrial and got it?
I'm sorry, it was a, hold on a second, maybe a trial date, Judge. Let me look at my
Okay.
notes here. I apologize. It was set for trial. And that would
Okay.
be Mr. Stevie, unless Mr. Beasley. So he, yeah.
Oh. All right, so we're gonna start with Mr. Bennett's matter. Everyone else should have their phones and their devices on mute. Trevor Bradley, I don't hear you. Okay, I see you're on mute. Now calling the people versus Cedric Lamar Bennett, ticket number SP 139-73381, one count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Please state your appearance for the record, Counselor.
Gerald Ferry on behalf of Cedric Bennett. Mr. Bennett, state your name, please. Need to unmute, please.
I'm off of mute.
State your name, sir.
Cedric Bennett, Cedric Lamar Bennett.
If I may, Your Honor, Mr. Bennett is here for trial. It's my understanding the officer appeared. Mr. Bennett's waiving his rights, however, pleading as charged. And the city and myself, we're asking for a 3-month delayed sentence.
Okay, is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
Mr.
Yes.
Bennett,
And you had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Theory in the breakout room. Did he advise you of your rights?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
I can't see your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Turning your attention to October 19th, 2022. Did you own a 2021 black Chevy on that day?
No, ma'am. That's a 2009 Chevy Suburban.
It was a 2009?
if I may, Your
Yes,
Honor,
ma'am.
we would stipulate that the ticket's a typo. We would stipulate to that.
Thank you. Thank you, Counselor. But you did own a black Chevy, correct?
Correct.
And did you allow a person to drive your vehicle on that day, sir?
Yes.
And was that person a licensed driver? Did they have a valid driver's license?
No.
And are you aware of whether or not they drove in the area of Puritan and Prairie in the city of Detroit?
Yes, I'm aware. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Satisfied, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Bennett for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, placing him on a 3-month delayed sentence. Mr. Bennett, that means that as long as you don't have any further contact with police or any further tickets, no police contact, no further tickets between now and September 22nd, this case will be dismissed. You must also pay the $200 fines and fees that I assessed in this case by that date. And you will return here on September 22nd, 2023 at 8:30.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
You're free to go. Thank you. Have a good day. $200. So long.
Mr. Bennett, you're free to go.
Christopher Brown, because it's right here in my hand.
I'll let you go.
Ready on Christopher Brown?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Now calling the people versus Christopher Tyrone Brown, ticket number 172668201. One count of drove while license not valid or improper license. Please state your appearance for the record, Counselor.
Gerald Ferry, House Counsel, on behalf of Christopher Brown. Mr. Brown, please state your name for the record.
Christopher Tyrone Brown.
Your Honor, as a preliminary matter, Mr. Brown is here for trial. If the Officer Chapman has failed to appear, I'd move to dismiss.
I asked for these hours ago. Okay. The court has verified that Officer Chapman has not checked in either virtually or in person. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Brown, you may not have been able to get your license in this amount of time during the time that you were waiting for this case to be resolved, but now that you are, I strongly advise you to get it resolved immediately, sir.
Okay.
And get your license back so you're not back in front of me anytime soon.
Okay. I paid the tickets off, so what else do I have to do to get it back?
You need to contact the Secretary of State because you could have some outstanding matters outside of 36th District that I'm not even aware of. So you need to contact 36 Secretary of State.
Okay, right. Okay.
Don't forget, okay, because I'll probably do it.
But you are free to go. This matter is dismissed and this won't be a part of your driving record.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir.
All right. You too.
Oh, dismiss. July 26th. July 26th.
It's-
360. No, July 26th. Okay.
Ready on Lasagna. Is it Lasagna or Lasagna?
Yes.
Will you pronounce your first name for me, Ms. Beaver?
It's Lasagna Beaver.
Lasagna Beaver.
I was having some issues. It was saying that I couldn't come off mute.
Oh, okay, but you're all set now? You ready to go?
Yes, and I had sent you a direct message in the chat to let you know I could hear you. I just was unable to come off mute.
I haven't paid any of these chats any attention, but thank you for that. Yeah, sorry about that. Give me just a second. Now calling the People versus Lasagna, Richard Samita Beaver, ticket number SP 144-64611. One count of driving an unregistered and or untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, counselor.
Gerald Ferry on behalf of Ms. Beaver. Ms. Beaver, state your name, please.
Lasagna Richard Samita Beaver.
If I may, Your Honor, Ms. Beaver is here for a pre-trial. She has valid documentation per the city attorney's motion. I believe they're dismissing or moving to dismiss.
Okay, and you verified that she had valid documents on the 2005 white Cadillac?
Yes, Your Honor. She showed me via Zoom and it's valid and it's, yes.
All right. I do want to do these as quickly as possible in the future, sir, but I will, because we want to get those who don't have to wait very long out as quickly as possible. Ms. Beaver, we are going to dismiss this matter without prejudice, seeing the fact that an officer of the court has verified that you do have registration on your vehicle. Make sure that you're keeping it in the vehicle with you at all times though, ma'am. You're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Jesus.
I don't know who this guy got, baby.
No,
I might try doing this.
my niece. Trevor Bradley, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Now calling the people versus Trevor Brent Bradley, ticket number SP 143-93481, one count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, Counselor.
Gerald Ferry on behalf of Trevor Bradley. Mr. Bradley, state your name, please.
Trevor Bradley.
Thank you. Your Honor, Mr. Bradley is here for a pre-trial. He showed me valid documentation as to insurance. For the city attorney, I would move to dismiss.
Okay, so since an officer of the court has verified that you do in fact have valid documentation, sir, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. You are free to. I'm sorry. You're free to go.
And I didn't say. Okay,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Have a good day.
Attorney Ferry, can we meet in breakout room 3?
Sure.
Keon? Is she connected to audio? Hmm?
No, she's not. Yaya baby is not connected.
And she didn't change her name. She said she changed her name. Me either. I wasn't going to. She just started chatting. It's like,
Cause I chatted her first.
oh, you did?
I asked her, how can we help you? But she never said I'm vexing you. If she did, I didn't see it.
Oh.
I'm gonna take it off for you. Okay. Did you figure it out, ma'am?
Did you figure it out this in the email?
Yeah, I sent it.
She
Did
said
you?
she sent it.
Oh, I didn't get it yet.
Mama.
Let me, well, I just wait till you come back.
Yeah,
I saw it already.
Well, I know I put it in
You
the
want it in
file.
file?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out though. I gotta.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you step up for a minute? I ain't gonna read it, but you can't read it. Like, I'm gonna bring it back in.
What case is this?
I want him to come back from being in a breakout room with
No,
you.
he's talking to his client.
Oh, I was about to say, how are you done and he's not done?
No, he's talking to his client. My suggestion, she needs appointed counsel if we're gonna do a trial. Because we have video and other stuff, and it's not gonna be able to get this done anytime soon. So she probably need, if she wants to go through a
So
trial,
he hasn't had the opportunity, so he wouldn't
we're
have had
just getting,
opportunity.
yeah, we're just getting it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay. I don't mean, oh, we don't have afternoon day, so it's okay.
I think he don't do,
It might what he wanna do, though.
No.
I'd rather get it over with.
but not
Wait,
really.
he don't wanna do what?
No, I do not like doing trials without an appointed counsel, because
Mr. Ferry, Mr. Goss just went into the breakout room. He just left here to go and get to meet you in the breakout room.
All right, well, I'll go.
Room 3. You connected to audio other time? It's connected.
It's connected. Can I see your blue pen since you wrote blue?
My who?
Your blue pen really fast. I know you don't like nobody using your pen. Oh, this is a mark.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the Tiffany one. Ms. Broughton?
No. Okay.
Ms. Broughton? Still not? She really is having, because it was saying connected.
Yeah. Actually,
I can't even start her again.
video. So start her video. Start her video.
Huh? She texting you?
They gave me a private. I still didn't receive it, so I need to make sure you had it right there.
It was the thing .org. Mr. Ferry, are you waiting for us?
Yes, Your Honor, I was just about to, it looks like, as far as our last matter, the trial on Portia Berman, we resolved it. We essentially are adjourning this to July the 26th with the understanding that Miss Berman is going to take a driver's defensive driving class through the Secretary of State. And if she completes that class, then we already have a predetermined plea agreement. I don't know if you want that on the record or.
Are we going to, Mr. Goss, do you still, yeah, I do want to put that on the record first and foremost. And I do want to know, Mr. Goss, if you expect to subpoena your witness for the next trial as well? And do you want this to be in person or on Zoom?
Your Honor, it's not going to be a trial. She's going to accept the offer.
Yes, but if she doesn't accept it, because people play games, are we going to be ready to proceed to get this case off my docket?
And
No.
again, Your Honor, my concern is that she probably would need appointed counsel because of the nature of.
So we need to set this for a final pretrial.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't think it's fair for the House counsel to have to deal with something this extensive just for a couple of hours. I mean,
what was the defendant's name? I do want to go on the record on this one.
Berman.
Portia Berman, and I apologize, Your Honor. I gave her permission to sign off once I gave her the date.
Okay. All right. We'll
I have
see
no
Ms.
objection to him waiving his client's presence, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Goss. Now calling the people versus Portia Michelle Berman, ticket number SP 140-22292, one count of leaving the scene of an accident with property damage. Please state your offenses for the record.
May it please this honorable court, Dante Goss, P 60162 on behalf of the people.
Gerald Ferry, House Counsel, on behalf of Portia Berman, who was present earlier, Your Honor, via Zoom. I gave her permission to leave, and I would waive her presence for the purposes of this hearing.
So waived.
Your Honor, and she also had a no insurance misdemeanor ticket, count 1.
I appreciate that. No insurance was the count 1, count 2 was leaving the scene of property damage accident. Today is the date and time that was set for trial. It's my understanding that you've reached an agreement.
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is that Ms. Berman should take a approved, state of Michigan approved defensive driving course, and she will plead to failure to due care and caution to a waste utility vehicle for the leaving the scene of an accident charge, Your Honor.
Yeah, I was absolutely going to say this. Okay, Mr. Gostin, would you please make sure that I have that for the file? Your
Yes,
plea.
sir. Yes, Your Honor.
And if I may, Your Honor, I'm sorry, Your Honor, and also, Mr. Goss, you forgot to mention you were dismissing the no insurance also.
Correct, dismissing count 1.
Okay. All right.
And if I may,
So this
just for the record, I did talk to my client extensively. I explained to her what she needed to do. She was in agreement, and I believe the matter will be resolved at the next hearing.
I certainly hope so. So we will schedule this instead of scheduling or adjourning the actual trial. We will schedule this for a final pretrial on 7/26/23 at 8:30 a.m.
Thank you.
This matter is adjourned. Ms. Broughton, can you hear us now? Broughton Bailey.
Unmute your phone, Ms. Bailey. You're connected to audio now. You should be able to hear us.
I'm gonna try her again.
She connected from the last time she came. She connected from the last time she came.
She was connected last time?
Yeah, she had to get her way.
She's not in the meeting now. Oh, wait, I'm still doing the old person.
Everything was working fine when she came in on her first court date on May 24th. I don't know what's going on.
What's she back for?
Pre-trial. She had her waived arraignment on May the 24th. I'll just give her another one.
Okay. Ms. Brown, if you can hear us, you're gonna get another court date. We can't proceed without you being able to communicate with us. And if you need to come in person, you do have that option. Your notice of hearing will say Zoom. If you know that you're not able to connect to Zoom in advance, then make sure that you're here in person.